welcome back to my channel. This is What is Wednesday. For those of you that are brand new to my channel, welcome. What is Wednesday is a series started on my channel where anybody and everybody can comment, complain, and your concerns out there. I basically do what is, where is, why is, and I'm now going to be doing how is, or how. So basically you can come to my channel, comment anywhere you want. I have the links to my social medias are down in the description box down below of every video. So without further ado, let's get into some of you guys' complaints.
I'm your host Cherish, and as you just heard, this is What is Wednesday. We are at episode 18. So next week, at the end of the video, I will be doing the question for you guys to answer. If you guys don't know how that works, excuse the kids. If you don't know how that works, you're going to want to go to the first What is Wednesday updates video, and you guys will be able to get all the information you need from there. I'm actually going to stop doing the PS at the beginning of the video. I've done it in so many of my videos. I may actually move it to an intro video, like refilm an intro and put it in there. I don't know yet. I haven't decided which is the best way to do it. But without further ado, let's jump right in. So the first one comes from a friend on Twitter, and she says, to those who know anything about the Herbalife Diet, hopefully you can help. I don't want to ask my sponsor/mentor, even though I know I should, but she has explained everything so many times, and each time I get too distracted to pay attention. So here is my what, technically how. How do people do Herbalife Diet and still travel? I think you can still take all the stuff you ideally use, but I'm going on a plane and I know I could put it all in a smaller bottle, but I'm going to be gone for 18 to 20 days. And that would be a lot of small bottles. I don't want to pay $200 so that I can carry 60 bottles in a bag. So if anyone knows what to do, please help me out. The next one comes from a friend on Instagram, and she says, I don't know how to word this in a form of what or why or how, but I need to know. My cousin just started the Keto Diet, but I am a person who's diabetic as well as have hypertension. I don't know how to do keto and still get the nutrition I need. I also don't know why, but my doctor thinks I need a certain amount of calories to not have a low, cause my sugars to go too high so that I pass out. If my BP goes too high or too low, I start to get random wounds on my body that cause me to bleed uncontrollably. So does anybody know what to do? Please help me. I guess my what is what do I do to start keto, or rather, how do I do this to start keto? This next one comes from a friend on Twitter, and she says, what is your opinion on the age-appropriate discipline for age 1 through 5? Do you spank or no spank? Same for 6 through 9 and 10 through 15. I have 5 children and 9 grandchildren in each of these age groups. For starters, my youngest child is my granddaughter, who is 3, and my grandson is 2. My oldest child is my daughter, who is almost 18. I am made to discipline my grandkids as well as my own kids, since my grandkids' mothers don't want to. But I am a believer in spanking if the crime is punishable. If spanking, yes, even my 2-year-old grandson has been spanked, but he did try to run across the street after we left the store and he could have been killed. But I normally don't spank. Well, I mean, I don't spank if it's not a fit punishment. But what is you guys' opinion on punishment, and what do you believe is an appropriate punishment for any age? So this one I will take part in my opinion. I do believe that exactly what she said, age appropriate punishments, I do believe are the root. I think a child under the age of 2, you shouldn't spank. I mean, unless, they do run across the street or they touch a hot stove. And those are reasons, yeah, I would spank, just because it's a danger that, you want to teach them they shouldn't. Other than that, sometimes taking toys away, sometimes reprimanding. I mean, it all does mainly pertain to how you were parented. I would look at how I was parented and try and do that. I mean, unless, how you were parented, you're like, oh, I'm never going to do that. That was horrible. Something like that. Then, yeah, maybe don't go by it. I don't know. The best thing I can say is definitely do your research on age appropriate punishments. My thing would be, I definitely don't believe in spanking a child under the age of 2. I definitely don't believe in it. A child at the age of, 4, 5, 6, I still think that spanking is okay, but only if, like, let's say they stole from you or a store, stole from their sibling, a cousin, a family member, something like that. Yeah, that is a definite age appropriate spanking. Adopted cousins. His best friend is actually a child psychologist, and he believes that sometimes if you spank the child, you're showing them that they are doing wrong and they do need punishments when they do something wrong, not that you're just going to yell at them and it's over. So there are different factors, I would say, different techniques, I believe, for punishments. But I believe a follow through is probably something you should do. You shouldn't say, keep doing that, I'm going to spank you. That's what I mean to say. It should never be an if you keep doing that, I'm going to spank you. It should be you keep doing that, I'm gonna spank you. Like, you actually should be telling them, not if you do. It's basically, they might think in that moment, oh, well, if I do it tomorrow, then I'm gonna get the same speech. I'm gonna get if you do. A lot of the time it is about follow through. Not being a parent myself, I realize doesn't give me any credit in this situation. But how I would parent is just that. Don't spank a child under the age of 2. Definitely spank if spanking is appropriate for something they've done. Getting into things, it depends on if it was something dangerous or just something maybe you didn't want them to touch. But I don't know. Like I said, I may not be the best to have credit in this situation. Moving on. So this is the last one, and it comes from a friend on Instagram, and she says, what is your opinion on mask wearing while pregnant? Do you feel that it is safer or dangerous or endangering to you? So this has been a battle in my family for the past month. My sister is 8.5 months pregnant. Yay to not becoming lockdown pregnant. But my sister was very scared to even leave the house since lockdown happened. The only reason she would leave was to go to her doctor's visit. And that was it. A woman at her last appointment told her she was going to be a bad mom if she is already willing to endanger the health of her babies by wearing a mask while she is pregnant. Her doctor told her she was fine wearing the mask while pregnant, but since the lady badgered her, my mom has been getting over the top. She believed this random Karen of the world, and now if my mom sees my sister wearing a mask, she rips off the mask off my sister and gets mad at her. I'm so scared for my sister because she still lives with my mom. She is young, and because she lives with my mom, she tells my sister what to do. What do you guys think? Due to being not pregnant, I probably, again, don't have a validation, but my belief has been a mask can save. A friend that I used to talk to before she moved away, she told me that she did a study, and this was actually before lockdown, before even the virus came, and she said that she had two women, one that wore a mask all the time, everywhere she went. One that wore a mask every time, everywhere she went, and one that didn't wear a mask ever. And she did find that the woman who wore the mask was way less sick, like got sick less times. And I don't mean like morning sickness sick. I mean like she didn't get, the flu or a regular cold, the common cold. Whereas the girl who didn't wear a mask throughout her whole pregnancy, she was, she did come down with the common cold way more. Now, I don't exactly know if that will help in this situation with the virus or not, but those were just some tests that she did. So I don't know. I mean, I would basically ask your doctor, find out from your doctor what is the best alternative, what's the best direction, what's the best steps to take, that sort of thing, just to gauge what is the right thing versus what is the wrong thing to do. So, I don't know. If any of you guys have any opinions on any of these topics that were talked about, you can go ahead and leave a comment down below or go to the social medias. Leave comments down in the social medias about what your opinions might be it advice, your opinions, those kinds of things. So yeah, I always say I was going to move my outro into somewhere in the beginning, but I just don't. If you guys tune out before I get to the end, that's fine. But I do want to let you guys know that the list for the past videos, if you've missed them, they're down in the links below. I always link all the past videos down there, as well as it's usually in one of the boxes. I always put it in the boxes. The playlist, I always put in the iCard over here, the playlist. And I usually, in the boxes, always put the playlist and the last episode, and then in the iCard I put the playlist and I'll put the last video, as well as the updates in the iCard. I'm going to put the updates because I did release Tuesday some updates for what is Wednesday, because there is a couple things changing. It's mostly about the reward system, so there's a couple changes on the rewards, how that's going to go about. So it's not that much. Not a big deal. Next week is episode 19. I am so excited. I will be probably releasing that one. I was thinking like right at Wednesday morning it might be released. Because I'm going to try and get it filmed early for you guys. So that's the plan. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new to the channel and this is the first time you're watching. See you all next week. Bye!